Gonna work? I think so. Okay. So it's a forward extension day. So what is today on? It's an even day. So you can sit with your favorite crossing. But what I want you to get is leaning forward a bit and really, taking your hands, and I'll do it from behind, taking your hands at the Great Divide and really spreading that buttock flesh from the sits bones. I'm here underneath my sits bone, and I'm really spreading that. So try that. Do it a few times. I want you to feel the fibers of the buttock flesh spreading. And then you're sitting up tall. If, right away, I see in the camera, I'm not even. So I take whatever support I need to make those knees even. Have symmetry in your own body. And you observe that in yourself. Okay. Let the uprightness of your body and the smoothness of your breath allow your mind to settle, to prepare yourself for practice. The uprightness of the body, the smoothness of your breath help prepare your mind to settle for your practice. Remove your glasses, join your palms, roll the shoulders back. Feel that breath. On the inhalation, you might get some more uprightness, you might get some more length in the spine. And on the exhalation, you might get some more softness across the face and in the throat, and the trapezium slowly melting down towards your waist. Look straight ahead and then close your eyes completely, distancing yourself from whatever went on before class. What has to go on after class? Be in the present moment with yourself, with this space you've created. You're also honoring your practice with a few moments of silence, reverently bringing your focus within to find that quiet place. Join me as you wish. And I'm going to take a complete inhalation and exhalation before each subsequent Om. Oh. 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 Bow your head down once again in reverence for the practice, for the time that you're taking out of your day to work on you and that connection within. Release your hands and then slowly lift the head up and open your eyes. Okay. All right. Adho Mukha Virasana. And be where you can go from Adho Mukha Virasana. We'll do it one way, and then we'll do it another way, but do it so that you can be going into Adho Mukha Svanasana in a bit. So I sit in Vajrasana. I'm educating the skin of the back of the leg to go up towards that buttock flesh, and once again, that buttock flesh to spread. So do that on both sides. Okay, now don't be in a hurry, but just put your hands forward enough to pump to, oh, I'd say maybe 8-10 inches away from the knees. And do you see how when I'm pressurizing my hands and I'm actually pushing the buttocks back and down that way, away. Okay, now I keep pressing. Can I keep that? Go a little bit more forward. Maybe I go a hand length forward and I do it again. I push so this buttock stays back. And now I start working on the sternum to go forward without any hardness being brought to the abdomen. This is important. So I just lengthen from the navel up towards the sternum, and I work on that mid dorsal, the bottom of the shoulder blades moving in. Okay, now you're going to take the palm so that the little side of the hand is on the mat. Karate chopping the mat. Now you're going to keep the little finger side of the hand sharp, and you're plowing, not moving the buttocks one iota. You're plowing from about those ribs where the ribs touch the inner thigh, and you're keeping that bottom side, little finger side of this hand sharp. Palms face one another, turning that inner upper arm, descend the armpits. And as you can see, I'm very close to the floor now. And I move that mid dorsal in without the buttocks coming up. If I'm there, and I can just put my head down. But keep the little finger side of the hand sharply pressing down and forward into the floor. And if your head doesn't go down, please use support. Elbows lift. They aren't lazy. Feel the extension of the side body. Sternum moving forward without the buttocks being involved. Buttocks down and back. Keep the buttocks down, keep the groins quiet. That's why we really wanted you to use your hands so you feel that the innermost groin spreading to the outsides. All right, now slowly climb yourself up and be up on all fours. I'm going to momentarily put my hair back. There we go. So all fours. Have your hands just, they're forward. I'm not on all fours like this, right? So my hands are forward from my armpit. So I want to pressurize my hands. So I push down into the floor. From the wrists, I pull up without losing any of that pressurization. See if you can do that. Okay, then you're tucking your toes under. You're going to stay up high on your tippy toes. So I'm staying really up high. I haven't straightened my knees yet. I keep pushing, push away from the floor. Keep from the wrists, go up, from the wrists, go up, and then slowly straighten the legs. So sort of a high-heeled Uttanasana. Press the very, very tops of the thighs back. Front thigh to back thigh. Push the floor, reach up from your wrists. Suck the upper arms up to the shoulders and reach up through the side body. Okay, now come down. So you guys look pretty good. I can't see everybody from the side, but here's what I want you to think about. So, the quadriceps have to be very firm in order for the spine to move more deeply into the body. So this time we'll start the same way, do the same thing. And then you're going to try to press the quads back as much as you can to get that heel down. And I want you to observe the front of the ankle. Now, I know on me, I know what happens. My stronger leg, I see the wrinkles more on the outer foot than the inner. So I see a bunch of ankles a bunch of wrinkles when I try to put the foot flat, but I have to work more in the inner thigh. So if the quadriceps are not working, you're not going to be able to do that. So work your quadriceps. So same thing, you're coming forward, you feel that weight on the palm, turn those upper arms, tuck the toes, come up high, 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 high. Mike, you're a little bit forward with your shoulders. So keep the knees bent and push yourself back. Push your chest closer to your thighs. Okay, now you have a really good view of those front ankles. Now push the quadriceps firm, spin the groins inside to outside. That's the back of the groin. Spin it inside out. And now slowly bring your heels down. Observe your wrinkles. Make those wrinkles on the front of your ankles even. I'm not going to tell you which way you have to go, because for me, it's different. Might be different for you. Dorsal spine in, fronts of the thighs firm. Quadriceps firm, and move your spine deeply in. Push and go up. Make the front of the thighs sharper. The very, very root of the thigh is what Abby kept drilling in us over the last workshop. How that root of the thigh has to go back. Okay. Release and come down and grab a strap. Have a wall. Make your strap very long. Just put it across your abdomen. Scoot in close to the wall. I'm not gonna belabor Supta Padangusthasana, but I do want to do it for a couple of reasons. So the first thing that you're going to do, I'm going to ask you just to go to 90. So that is not a quadricep, sorry, that is not a hamstring stretch. You're doing it so the bones align. So here I am at my wall. I've scooted in. I hold the edges of the sticky mat. I let my sticky mat, take my shoulder blades, and I roll those shoulder blades under. Tuck and roll. You can do it a few times. Tuck and roll. Tuck and roll. Then simultaneously straighten both legs. Please get your thighs on the floor, the backs of your thighs. Spread them. You can take your hands here if you need to, and remind them how the back of the thigh has to spread open. Okay, do Supta Urdhva Hastasana. So take the arms overhead. Keep pushing the buttocks. Here's what I do, guys. I go like this. I hold the top of my sticky mat. I bend my knees again. Do it again. And now I'm pulling with my arms that buttock flesh, sacrum, towards my knees, towards my heels. Then I take the arms overhead, palms face one another. Okay, I said I wasn't going to belabor this. Okay, mind on your left leg. Keep it pressing down like you could push that wall down. Take your strap, a big, big loop in it. Lasso your very edge of your heel. Okay, now just go to 90. Just to 90. Now pull the strap down so you're kind of pushing or pulling the femur more deeply into the socket. Make sure you're just at 90. Make sure your mind is on your left leg pushing your wall down, left foot pushing into that wall. Okay, now broaden the elbows out to the side. Maybe your elbows touch the floor. That's fine. You're still at 90. Okay, if you can do this, do it. If not, you're reaching up and holding wherever you can on the strap. Otherwise, you just let go of the strap, grab your big toe. Now you might be more than 90. Take your left hand and push the root of the thigh. See, my left hand is reaching on the fingers to the outside, thumb on the inside, and I'm pushing that thigh back and rolling that inner groin towards the left foot. I don't know if you can see that. Now I bring the leg in closer. I keep bringing the leg, I'm bending the elbow out to the side. I bring the leg in closer. Keep pushing your wall down with your left foot leg. Okay, now that leg shouldn't travel. It shouldn't go away from you. Supta Padangusthasana 2. Put your left hand on your left thigh. Press it down. Exhale. Take the leg out to the right. Rotate the abdominals from right to left. Move the right sitting bone more towards the left ankle. And then inhale and come back up and release that leg. Scoot into your wall. Hold the edges of your mat. Scoot over a little bit. Have your strap across your thighs. Scoot in, tuck and roll. Straighten the legs. Remember what I did on the first side. So I rebent the knees, reached across to the top of the sticky mat, tucked in a little bit more, pulled on that with both hands, and stretch the legs again. If you're not sure what I'm doing, you can stop, ask, or you can just come up and look closer at the screen. I'll do it one more time. I've scooted in. I've taken hold of the top of the sticky mat, let the shoulder blades get caught, and then stretch. Okay, now Urdhva Hastasana, palms face one another. Turn, if you have a fussier arm or shoulder, take that hand and turn the root of the upper arm from outside. So your biceps come closer to your ears, and push your wall down with your 2 feet. Have your strap ready. Supta Padangusthasana 1. Take the loop across the edge of the heel, bottom of the heel, and just take the leg up to 90. Push your heel well into that strap. So the quadricep is firm. Pull the femur down. Okay, now if you can grab your big toe, you can grab your big toe. You can take your right hand and help roll that root of the thigh from outside in so that the groin spins to the underside, right? To the back side. The groin spins towards your wall, and you bring the leg in closer, bend your elbow out to the side. I like just keeping my hand in there and keeping that outer left thigh firm. And I believe that's all we did. Come back up, and release. So just a quick Supta Pada Gustasana 1 and 2, just to make sure that the legs are nicely stretched. Bend your knees and come up, but don't go far. Yeah, okay, so now I have to show you from, I have to turn my back to you. Let me get rid of this one. I'm gonna do a little abdominal work. If I save it to last, you'll be too tired. So, you're going horizontal to your mat for Jatara Parivartanasana. So this is the revolving of the abdomen. We're going to do it with bent knees, and then we're going to do it with straight legs, but you're always holding the edges of the sticky mat. So the bent knee looks something like this. You guys can see, right? Yeah. Taller if you can't. So here I choke up on the mat. I tuck the shoulders just like I did in Supta Padangusthasana. And I'm holding and pulling the mat apart, out to the sides, keeping those shoulder blades tucked, keeping my neck soft. Then I bring the knees in close. My knees and my feet are together. My waist is long towards the buttocks. So you're lengthening the lower back. And then I bring the knees up. Pull your toes towards your shins. Okay, and we'll just go over 30 degrees to the right and hold and revolve the abdomen back to the left. Take 3 breaths there. Okay, and now 60. And now 90, where your right knee is almost touching the bicep. Pull those toes back, groin soft, outer hips firm in toward each other. Revolve the abdomen back to the left and then come back. Did you do it with me? Yep, okay, so second time. All right, so bring the knees in close and pull your toes towards your shins. Really pull your toes, Chaya. Pull your toes, yes, pull your toes. Keep your feet, I don't know what the word might be, active. Keep your feet active and bring your knees in as close to your chest as possible. Some of you have a lot more room there. Knees in, Mike. Yeah, and really pull on that sticky mat. Okay, now to the left, take your legs over, just sit to 30 degrees, just a little bit. And now 3 breaths and revolve the abdomen back to the right. Keep pulling those toes, keeping the feet active. Okay, now 60. Keep the shins in tight. The calves touch the backs of the thighs, Sopo. Yes, keep it in. Make yourself small into a little bow. The abdominal area recedes. It recedes back towards the spine. Okay, and then the last one, almost touching the bicep. 3 breaths there, revolve the abdomen back the other way. Good, all right, and then come back and just put your feet flat on the floor and have a rest. Can you feel any hollowness there in the abdomen? That's what you're looking for. That abdominal area just receding towards the spine. Okay, so now we're going to do it with straight legs. Now, if that was difficult, of course, you just repeat this. If you don't want to try it with straight legs, there is also an allowance allowed for a variance allowed for us to belt ourselves. You could belt yourself at the top of the knee. You could go mid shin. You could go ankles. I've done it with all 3, actually, three straps. So you decide what you need. Tuck and roll. So I'm holding on to the sticky mat, tucking the shoulder blades under, and it's kind of scooting so the shoulder blade skin gets tucked towards the waist. And I keep pulling on this mat. Take the feet off the floor, bring the knees in close and legs straight up. Okay, deepen the crease. See if you can lengthen your lower back towards the buttocks. Okay, inhale. And now exhale, just go, it's a little difficult. So you're just gonna go kind of gradually all the way over. It's difficult to hold these. Keep the legs together and strong. Pull, retract the bottom outer thigh back towards the hip socket. And revolve the abdomen. It's hard to talk and do these poses. I'm gonna just watch you this second side. Now you're bringing the legs back up. Straighten the legs, top of the knees back. Chaya, tops of the knees back. Yes, there you go. Now go. Lengthen the back of your neck, Mike. Don't let the head come up. So your chin should tuck gently towards the chest. Yeah, and don't let the legs move away from you. Keep the legs in close. Your feet should go almost to your hands, if you can manage that. Revolve the abdomen back the other way. Watch your feet. Try to keep the feet even. Keep the inner edges of your feet together. All right, and then I'll just have a rest. So can you do it? That was just, I wanted to see where you are. So now can you do it? So a total of 6 times, just in an easy flow. So one, you go to the right, come up, go to the left, and you're going back and forth. So you're doing it 3 times each side. I've already done mine, so I will watch. So go up to 90 and deepen the crease. Bring the thighs in closer. Keep the legs strongly together from those outer thighs, that outer hip socket pulling in. Keep your feet together. Keep the inner edges of your feet together. Yes. And you count. Legs going, whatever, if the legs are going to the right, the abdomen revolves to the left. Yes. Legs together. Abdomen pulls back towards the floor. It recedes. Inner edges of the feet together. Legs strong. Okay. You're done, you're done. Okay, now go regular way on your mat. And you might want to be a little bit away from the wall. So now you're going to do this also 3 times. We'll do one together. How about let's do one together and then I'll let you do it on your own timing. So Urdhva Prasarita Padasana. So from Supta Tadasana, I'm holding onto the edge of the sticky mat. Oh, you have basically 3 choices for your arms. Okay, if this pose is familiar to you and you are good at it, your abdominals are strong, you can just have the hands overhead, palms facing the ceiling. That's the most difficult one. The second one, so here's this one. Second one is to, in order of difficulty, is just to have the hands down, flat, shoulders tucked under. The third one, which is the most assistance, well, actually not really, there's a fourth, but this is easier because we don't have to go to hold a heavy piece of furniture. You'll hold the edges of your sticky mat and keep the lower back lengthened towards the feet. Okay, and the third one is to reach the arms overhead and hold a heavy piece of furniture. Or hold your rope wall in Sopo's case. All right, so you decide which one you need. Shoulders down. You have to press your arms down. If you've got your arms overhead, you have to not only pull your abdomen towards the floor, but you have to press your arms down into the floor, your wrists, your hands. Bend the knees and take the legs up to 90. Okay, so you're going from 90 to 0 on one exhalation. Okay, this is just the trial, and then you're going to do it on your own. Down, wait there, How did you do? What do you have to modify, if anything? So if the lower back comes away from the floor, you may have to modify your arms. You may need more help. I'm talking about the sacrum. Don't let the sacrum, yes, your waist can come up a little bit, but don't let the sacrum leave the floor. So can you do it from 90 to 0, keeping the feet together? Yeah, and we're not going to the side anymore, Kathy. We're just going straight out. Straight down from 90 to 0. Straight down from 90 to 0. 3 times, your own timing. Keep reaching the legs away from you, Mike. Keep reaching. Outer hips firm, abdomen towards the spine. All right. Good job. All right, and then when you're done, just hold the knees into the chest. Pull the knees all the way into the chest. Your knees should come together, your feet can come together, and your sacrum can be off the floor. Okay, now just try this. This is the precursor to Urdhva Mukha Paschimottanasana, but we're just doing, if you look in Light on Yoga, we're just doing the first plate of the pose. So you can have a strap if you can't hold your heels. Many of you are going to need a strap. I'll show both ways. So I'm just taking the legs up and I'm holding my heels and my sacrum is down. That's all you're doing. If you can't do that, of course, you have your strap. A double loop strap is not a bad idea. You're just making your arms longer, right? But the point is to try to bring the legs in closer and keep the sacrum on the floor. Please know where your sacrum is, right? It's just above the Great Divide. So from the bottom of the sacrum, that area, bottom of the buttock area, can come up. Keep your lower back lengthened and long. You're just doing the precursor to Urdhva Mukha Paschimottanasana. Pull, Shaya, pull, deepen the crease, pull, yeah, feet strong, press. So you're kind of playing little tug of war, straighten the tops of your knees, Mike. Good. All right, and then release, hug your knees into your chest, roll to your right side and stand up. Okay, so I hesitate to even say Parshvottanasana because, let's see, because we're not going to go, well, we are going to go forward, but we're going to do some Hasta Mudra, some arm work in the upright part of Parshvottanasana. So I'm actually going to just do the same side as you are so we don't have any confusion. So you're just standing in Tadasana in the middle of your mat. And you just step your right leg forward and your left leg back. Okay, so the pubic plate's tendency is to descend. You can see, I'm kind of exaggerating it, but you can see that this bottom of the pubic, it's going down, okay? So I have got some work to do, but I'm not gonna do it, I'll say it on the positive way. I'll say that my hips are the steering wheel and my leg is going to do the action, but my buttock is not gonna harden, okay? So watch, here I am. I'm going wrong, you can see that. So the steering wheel is my hips. So I turn the hips. Then my left hand is going to go on the inside of the buttock crease, and I'm going to roll that thigh out and firm up that back of front of the thigh to the back of the thigh. And now you can see how my pubis is standing up straighter. Okay, now your left hand holds your right wrist. If you have to bend your elbows, it's okay. You can have the elbows bent, but don't allow the shoulders to roll forward. Roll those shoulders back. Stand up tall, tall, tall. Okay, now your left arm goes across your waist and you're holding your elbows. So you reach your right arm across the waist and hold your left elbow. Push into that front foot. The steering wheel is your hips. So turn your hips with your steering wheel and press the back thigh is the brain of the pose. It has to strongly press back and pull up on the front thigh. So Mike, you're a little forward. So go up from your pubic plate. Yes, go up, not just the head, but the sides of your trunk. Yes, that was good. All right, now here's the third one. So you've got Baddha Hasta. Now the left arm is kind of where you want it, but now you're just going to take it up the back for Gomukhasana. So you can use your right hand to help you work that left arm up the back, then reach your right arm up, Gomukhasana arms you've got. Is your pubic plate still standing up straight? Okay, now here we are. Now we're ready to do concave Parshvottanasana. Press into that front foot. Press the back thigh back. Spin that back groin inside to out. And now come over. Be steady, be even. Don't let your hips go cockeyed. Pull the abdomen up and lengthen the lower back towards the buttocks or towards the wall behind you. How are we doing? Okay, strap is okay. Yeah, so you're just doing the Parshvottanasana, maintaining the integrity of the legs, the hips. And don't push the abdomen towards the leg. Pull just slightly lift the abdomen up. Good job, guys. Okay, now inhale and come up. And just stand in Tadasana with the feet just slightly apart. And check in with yourself. What feels different? What feels longer? When the right leg is forward, can you feel there's kind of like an awakening on the left side of your body? That side has a further way to go. So now you're going to notice that on the second side. So step your left leg forward. Right leg back. Okay. Use the steering wheel that is your hips and turn that right hip forward. And now look at your pubic plate. Press that back thigh from front to back. It has to be very firm. Okay, now the right hand holds the left wrist. Go back with the arms, go up with the trunk. Go back with the arms, go up with the trunk. Shoulders back. How tall can you make the two sides of the trunk? Yeah, your head can go back if that's available to you. Nice. Bottom of the pubic up, ribs up, chest up. Okay, now the right, your left. Yeah, I was right. The right arm goes up your back. Oh no, we did Baddha Hasta first. Sorry, Baddha Hasta. Same thing. I think some of you were already there. Okay, now your right arm, left arm goes up your back. No, the other way around. See, I came out of it. Now I don't know what side you're doing. You know what side you're doing? Yeah. So go upright first. Really, plow your toes forward of that front leg, and the back leg very firmly pressing back, hips firm. And now look up, and now exhale and go forward with the hands in Gomukhasana. Just to the concave. Pull the abdomen up. You have to maintain the integrity of the legs and the hips in order to be able to balance, right? Good. All right, and then inhale and come up. Just stand in Tadasana. All right, so we're going to do the final one, which is the Paschima Namaskar. If that is not available to you, pick one of those three that you liked for the final pose. All right, so fix your hands in Paschima now. So I'm reaching those arms back and fixing the hands. And then I step the right leg forward, left leg back. Steer your hips, roll that right hip back, press that back thigh back, lift the trunk up. And now exhale, go forward, keep the abdomen pulled up, and then head down. Oh, if you come out, you just take your hand out, refix it. See if you can feel, is your abdomen resting on the thigh? Don't pull it down to the thigh. That's my point. If it rests on the thigh, that's fine, but don't pull it down. Any of those arm positions is fine, and try the full pose. And if you're not getting the full pose, just take your hands down on the floor. Head down, head down. Yeah. Okay. Then inhale and stand up. Back to Tadasana. Give your arms and shoulders a break. Even here in Tadasana, we are always saying tailbone in or tailbone forward. Can you kind of not think so much about your tailbone and just think about lifting the bottom of the pubic plate up towards the navel? Bottom of the pubic plate up towards the navel, and see if that makes your groins any softer. It's one of the things we were working on with Abhi. Okay, then reach your arms out back to Paschima Namaskar or your favorite position. Step your left leg forward, right leg back. Push into that front foot. Pull up that left quadricep. Push the right quadricep back. Steer your hips so that they're level. Inhale. Really push your little finger side into your, in between your shoulder blades. Exhale, come forward. Let the abdomen recede. And the head comes down. Okay, push down the inner edge of the front foot, the outer edge of the back foot, and inhale and come up. Turn back to face forward and release. All right. Have some room so we can do Vimanasana to Virabhadrasana 1. Vimanasana to Virabhadrasana 1. So you want arms out to the side, so you're not running into your wall. All right. Just step your right leg forward, left leg back. Have a little bit more space than you did for your Parsvottanasana. Push into that front foot. Steer your hips on around. Reach the arms out to the side. Broaden across those collarbones. Keep that back leg very firm. Bend the knee. Come down into your square. Trunk back. So you have to push into that front heel. Push into that front heel. Almost a little backwards. Now turn the palms up and take the arms up. Go up with your trunk. Reach up with the trunk. Arms back. Arms back. Descend from the root of the thigh. Chaya, Kathy, bend in that hip crease. Bend in that hip crease. But go up with the sides of the trunk. Arms back, Mike. Arms back. All right, and now inhale and come up. And you can just step the legs together. Pause there, regain your breath, whatever has left you. And then step your left leg forward, your right leg back. Steer those hips. Press that back thigh back. Pull up the bottom of the pubic plate. This is my more difficult side. So you can see I'm using my hand, the opposite hand on the front of the pelvis, the same front leg on the back of the pelvis. Okay, then I reach the arms out to the side. Exhale, come down, Vimanasana. Don't let the trunk come forward. Stay back with the trunk. Bend at the crease. Bend at the crease. And now palms up. And now take the arms up. Reach up. Took me 7 years to be able to keep both heels on the floor, but try to press on the outer edge of your back heel and press down more on the inner edge of your front heel. Good. All right, and now inhale and come up. So, trying to think. I think you guys can do this. So let's just do Vera 1. And the first time I'm going to let you have a chair. So it's going to look like something like this, not for Vera 1, but for the subsequent pose. You see how I have the chair right there and the seat is away from me. I may have to turn my camera just a bit. Yeah. So it's going to look something like this. Just watch this first one. So I'm going to be in my Vera 1. Okay, then I'm not going to let the abdomen drop. I'm pulling the abdomen, I'm lifting the abdomen slightly up. Then I hold on to that chair, and now I'm going for Virabhadrasana 3. So let me show you what I don't want to see. Sometimes that is necessary. So I'm down. Now here, I've let this drop. So here's my heavy Virabhadrasana 3, where my abdomen is dropped. So I want you to pull the abdomen up. Pull the abdomen up and stretch that back leg back. Make sense? Basically, don't want you to drop the abdomen. So Virabhadrasana 1 with the right leg forward. So ignore the chair at first, Chaya. The chair must be where it can slide. It should be where it can slide. Preferably if your space, yeah, don't worry about your sticky mat, Mike, and maybe you just take your chair forward towards the camera. Can you do that? If it's under a sticky mat, it might not work for you. So now you're in, okay, so take your Virabhadrasana 1. Bend the right knee, take the arms up first. Arms up first. Let's go arms up. All right, now keep the trunk really pulling up from the bottom of that pubic plate, lift up, ribs back, and go down into your pose. Okay, now I don't want you to accentuate the pulling up of the abdomen, but don't let your abdomen drop. Okay, and now reach forward and hold the chair bar. Reach forward and hold the chair bar. Now slide that chair forward. The back leg should never bend. The back leg should never bend. And now reach through the left groin to the big toe. Straighten the standing leg, which is your right. So now you're coming up, Mike. Yeah, come up. Okay, you don't have enough room. Yeah. So don't let the abdomen drop, but lift it up towards the spine and look how much longer you can be. Lift the inner thigh more, Chaya, inner thigh, innermost of that left thigh. Reach it back, reach it back. If you look at Gurjeet's picture, he's a little bit, you can come down. He's a little bit between, let me show. He's between a flexed foot and a pointed ballerina foot. I call it ballerina foot. There he is. Can you see his foot? It's a little bit more pointed than not. And I find if I do that, I get a lot more length in the groin. Now look at his head, Mike. Look forward. Look forward so your sternum, your dorsal spine moves in. Yeah, I like that better, Mike. That position is better for you. Okay, second side. We're going to do it once without the chair. Just wanted you to experience that abdominal area. So left leg, you bring your chair back. You ignore it for a moment. You're in your Virabhadrasana 1. Okay, back leg never bends. It's firm. Abdomen lifts, abdomen lifts, abdomen lifts. Look forward. Sides of the trunk forward. Abdomen pulled up. Reach that leg back as if somebody's pulling it. Watch the abdomen. Level your hips. Firm those two outer, that gluteus medius really has to work here. Yeah. Okay, and then release. Just do a Baddha Hasta Uttanasana to rest, so wide feet. Have a break there. So you're seeing the forward extension in these standing poses without any drooping of the abdomen. Let's do it from Tadasana in the center of your mats. And just see what happens. From Tadasana, jumper step. Turn the palms up. Reach up. Turn to your right. All those things we did. So the pubic plate has to pull up. The hips steer the trunk to face over that right leg, and the back thigh is firm, not the buttock. If you're here and your buttock is hard as a rock, it's just not going to do you any good. So make the back thigh firm without hardening the gluteus. Now go down. Now go forward. Pull that abdomen up. Keep looking forward. Keep looking forward. Reach that leg back. Reach that leg back. Come back into Virabhadrasana 2. Sorry, 1. And come up. How did it go? Of course, I didn't get to see you. Can you bring your trunk forward without letting the abdomen just go down? Come forward more, Mike. Forward. Oh, I see you're running out. You need to face the camera, I think, because you're running out of room. Back to Tadasana. So you make yourself some room. I'm going the other way, so I'm going this way. Jump or stop. Turn the palms. Reach up. Turn to your left. Push into that front foot. Push the back thigh back to front and spin that groin. Remember I said this is my more difficult side. So I'm going to take my hand and help turn the back of the back thigh inside out. Now bend into Virabhadrasana 1. Go back with your trunk. Don't let your trunk come forward just yet. Just go back and up. Then come forward. Pull the abdomen slightly back. Reach forward. Back leg is always straight. Reach. Reach. However it works, Jaya. However it works. You have to bend a little bit more in that thigh crease, Mike. You have to be a little bit more forward with your trunk. Okay. All right, get your chairs. Be sideways to the camera like that. And have a sticky mat on my chair. Take a blanket. Yeah. Okay, my heels are just outside the front chair legs and my toes are slightly, you can let your toes go out a little bit. Then you take your roll, and this is dependent on how much support you need, but I want the abdomen to be supported. So I roll it up, I kind of punch it down in the middle there, and now I start to go forward, but I'm pulling, not, I hate to use that word, what other word is it? The abdomen recedes towards the spine. So first off, I'm taking the thighs and rolling the backs of the thighs out. So I take the hands and I kind of roll the backs of the thighs out. I want to feel this broadness across the whole buttock area. And I've got that roll in there. Okay, now for me, I'll exaggerate, but the abdomen goes back. The abdomen goes back. I'm kind of curling over, and I reach the back legs of the chair. Groins absolutely quiet, soft. You could go wider, Marissa, if you needed to, or you could actually have a bolster, but you could do it with 2 chairs and have a bolster between your on the second chair. Are you okay? Okay. So the abdomen recedes. So you're pulling, I want you to, so I've receded the abdomen, I've curled, I'm kind of purposely rounding the back, and then I reach that back chair bar. And now I pull with my arms, and I feel that whole sacrum buttock area just spreading. It feels quite lovely. It should feel quite lovely. Okay. Okay, slowly inhale and come up. I'm going to go this way so you can see what I'm doing. Let's see. How did I do that? Yeah. Right. Hold on. How did I do that? There's a certain way I want you to do chair bar Vajrasana, but now I just am thinking, how on earth did I do it? Yeah, so you're straddling the chair. Not a way. Can't be that way. Oh, well, let's just do regular chair bar Vajrasana. So you reach through the chair this way. Now let your legs go wide. I'm spreading again. I'm spreading. And my feet are inside the chair legs. And my whole thigh is on the chair. And now I'm turning to the right. So my legs haven't turned, but I'm turning from that navel band, kidney band, rib cage, shoulders, chest and shoulders. I've got a hold of the sticky mat and turning more. This front arm is pulling. The back arm is pressing down. And then back to the front. Inhale, exhale, turn to your left. Broaden that back body. Broaden. So you're going to the left, so you're broadening the right half of your back towards the, away from the spine or towards the chair bar. And the left half of your back the other way. You should get, if you're doing it right, you should get some noises. It's just air, not anything, joints popping or anything like that. It's just air between the discs. Okay, and then release. All right, come out of your chair. Put a entire, well, I've got this much of a blanket on your sticky mat. Sit in Dandasana. The point is, if you do your forward extensions on the sticky mat, you want the back of the thigh to go back. And when you do it on the sticky mat, it kind of makes the skin stick. So as I've moved along in my practice, I've realized the value of this. So I'm going to use my hands to intelligize the skin and move the hamstring towards the buttock flesh. And roll those front thighs in. Okay. Now I want you to observe how much it is possible for you to move the sacrum in without taking the arms up in Urdhva Hastasana. So here I am, kind of a strong Dandasana. Try to move the sacrum in. Lift the sides of the trunk up, roll the shoulders back. You're coiling here, coiling the spine, the upper arms. Okay, now you see how much you were able to move it. Now, can you take your arms up like Urdhva Hastasana, and does it move in more? And now just reach for the tops of your toes. Tops of the toes. Lift your chest, lift your sternum. Keep the thighs pressing down. Keep the back of the thighs moving towards the buttock flesh. Keep the buttocks broad. Okay, now, as you keep going for Paschimottanasana, you keep that action. You're bending the elbows out to the side. You're going forward with everything from the buttock bones. All this is coming forward. Forward. I don't care about down so much. Down will come later, but I want you to go forward so much. Maybe your hands, finger walk forward. So you feel all this flesh coming forward. If that's too much, stay with your hands on your toes. Yeah. Chest up, sternum up. Abdomen recedes towards the spine. Okay, release, Janu Sirsasana. So you know what? I'm gonna go this way just to show you. I should have put out 2 blankets. So you'll have your right leg bent first. So this is how much I want that bent leg to stay down. So this is your right leg. I'm turning the thigh out. I'm greatly helping to turn out at the root of the thigh, and I take that knee back. Okay, now I want the knee to stay down. So I want you to go like this, and you see how much that knee is down? Then you come up. And that knee does not come up. Yeah? Now just cross your right hand outside the left leg. Keep the back body nice and broad. The buttocks, you can reach back there and move that buttock flesh away from your sitting bones. Keep it broad. Okay, now you're sliding the hand on the outside, maybe the knee, maybe the shin. The left hand is on the floor to help you turn the abdomen, never to let the right knee come up. Okay, now I'm going to hook my fingers. You may hook them. Don't go on your knee. Go above or below your knee. I'm going to go about mid calf. And do you see how I've bent that front elbow? And I'm turning the trunk. Turn the trunk from that right side to the left side. And come into your full pose. Now, the whole back body from the buttock bones is, cascading forward towards the dorsal, towards the shoulder blades. You can use your palms as sort of a little height there. Stack your palms on top of one another. Let the abdomen recede. Head down, brain quiet, face soft, throat quiet. And then slowly inhale and come up. I'll never forget the first time I had an intensive, which was 5 days of teacher training stuff. And, she did it like this. She did it, standing poses, forward extensions, backward extensions, twists and inversions. And the forward bend day was second. And I'll never forget, we did, so many forward bends. And I never forgot exactly how peaceful my mind felt. So I'm hoping you will be able to get some of that today. Okay, so your other leg, look how much I'm helping it to roll that thigh out, reach under. I don't care if this one comes up. I do not care. In fact, so much this one can come up to keep this one down. So I'm going to keep it down. I'm reminding it that's where it needs to stay. And then I come up. Line up that front leg with your hip. Okay, keep it down. Turn, put the left hand outside the right leg and turn. Turn from this lowest pelvic rim from the navel band and the rib cage. And you can also start to lengthen the two sides of the trunk upwards. Keep this leg active. This leg is doing something. You know, it's pressing down. It's stabilizing you. Now you're sliding the hand along the outside of the knee, the calf. Turn the abdomen, navel band, chest. Now I'm reaching the fingers on the outside of the shin. Turn some more while I'm upright. Turn and lift the sternum towards the chest. Watch the chin, huh? If the chin comes down, everything starts to collapse. So the chin has to move away from the chest. And then I'm coming forward, not necessarily down, but more forward. I can stack my palms and head rests. Never did the knee come up. Oh, I didn't say this, but you know, if you have to sit up on height, you can sit up on height. And if you're so far away from your shin, then you can have a blanket, of course, yes. Let the abdomen recede and feel the back muscles just spreading out wide away from the spine. All right, and then inhale and come up. Never have enough time in this class. All right, we have to do one more. So let's do a democratic vote. What would be your choice between Trianga Mukha Ekapada Paschimottanasana and Kranchasana? Do you know the poses? Yes, no? All right, so we'll go, I'll show real quick, A or B. A or B? One finger for A? Yeah. All right, let's go for one. So Trianga Mukha used to be one of my most dreaded poses. And now that I've got, you know, I think it's a lot of things, but it's levelness in the hips. And the groins are a little bit more open. It's a much happier pose. So let's see, I'll go this way again. I'll do the same side as you. So from Dandasana, have a little blanket nearby. So you can put that up underneath the buttocks as needed. And so you lean over to your left and the knees are together and you bend the knee back and sit. Now, if you're really uneven, you of course have to prop the straight leg buttock up. If you're not so uneven, or you know, if your knees are way far away from each other, then you need height. So descend that groin, deepen the crease of the groins, reach the arms up, reach forward and just hold the top of your foot. Lift the trunk up, ribs up, sternum up. Keep this bent knee, Virasana, leg hip down. If it helps you, go ahead, hold it. Come forward with the trunk, keep it back and down. And then you can, you know, have support for your head if your head doesn't go down. Don't list, keep your trunk in the middle. This is hip medicine. Hip medicine. Roll the Virasana leg from inside out, the knee inside out, that way. All right, when you come back up, just straighten that leg out, back to Dandasana. Sit up straight, Dandasana. And then roll to your right, left knee back in Virasana. Get support as needed so your hips are level. You might find as you stay that Virasana leg buttock goes down. So you just sit and you try to keep that Virasana leg buttock down. Roll inner knee to outer knee. Reach the arms up. Abdomen recedes. Forward. Trunk forward. Lift the ribs. Lift the chest up. You can always just stay in the upright Urdhva Mukha portion of the pose. Or go forward. Imagine that that shin was still there and you're going evenly so that the right side of your face lines up with that right inside of the shin. Okay, inhale, come up to the concave. And then inhale, reach the arms up. Okay, let's do, how about just 2 quick Purvotanasanas? Purvotanasanas, bent knee and then straight. Fingers point towards you, maybe just 2-3 inches away from you. From here, before you go lift the buttocks, lift your chest, roll those shoulders back, straighten the arms completely, pressurize your hands, press into the floor and lift up, head back. You have to lift the buttocks up, you have to use the hamstring muscles towards the buttock flesh and head back. Feet can go a little bit further away from you, Mike, and then that's a good pose. Yes. Okay, and then come down. Okay, if you want a really yummy Purvottanasana, take your strap, belt your feet at the top of the ankles, very snug, very snug. See? Take the legs out. Make sure you have enough room in front of you because you're going to get your feet down. Help yourself. Roll your thighs. Roll those thighs in. Arms back behind you. Go ahead here. Pressurize your hands and lengthen upwards your trunk, your chest. Roll the shoulders back. Inhale on an exhalation. Lift. Squeeze those outer hips and drive this gluteus medius, outer thighs towards the inner feet. Outer thighs towards the inner feet. Kathy, you could just put it on your, oh, she's tired. You could just put it on your calves if that bothers your feet. Oh, the wrists. Okay. Okay, so you tried the whole pose. Lift the buttocks, Mike. Buttocks up, feet flat. Point your toes to the floor. Feet flat. You have to have the strap really snug. Really snug. Legs straight. Nice, Opal. Yeah. Yeah. There you go. Nice, Marissa. All right. So if you are a regular practitioner of your Shirshasana Sarvangasana, you could sign off and do your Shirshasana and your Sarvangasana now. But otherwise, I'm just going to lead you into a short Shavasana. If you'd like. Bye, Sopa. Thanks for coming. Bye, Marcia. And okay, yeah. Make sure you are comfortable, relaxed. Make sure there's nothing out in front of you so you can stretch and really release your legs out in front of you. Let go everywhere. Release any idea that you have to do anything. Hopefully you created some space in your body. Can you be with that space? You might try a couple of longer inhalations and see how that helps you, leads you to a quieter shavasana. Do a few like that, then you might try a few longer exhalations and see if that helps the brain cells quiet even more. I heard there's tons of Einstein quotes, but I heard a good one the other day. The intuitive mind is a sacred gift that we are all given, and the rational mind is a faithful servant. I'm interjecting. Unfortunately, we have created a society that honors the servant and has forgotten the gift. So what is your intuition in Shavasana? Intuition is heartfelt. Can you be heartfelt in your Shavasana? So there's no desire to do anything, but just to be and to get in communion with that deeper, truest, innermost self of you. You have no motives, no demands on you. You just have that sense of divine space within. Okay, very slowly and gently bring your hands to rest on your torso. Keep your face quiet, your eyes relaxed. Still no desire to do anything. Quietly allow your eyes to open and then bend your knees one at a time and roll to your right side. Taking support for your head, 1 or 2 breaths there. And then come up to a seated pose. Slowly, quietly, sit up nice and tall. Hold your palms in front of your chest. With gratitude, humility, and devotion, and bow your heads down. Namaste. All right, guys, any questions?